What is going on, guys? Wow, that was loud. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the lunchroom. I'm your host, Chris, and I lost some money this weekend. Yep, the NFL Divisional Round has concluded. On to Championship Sunday, and yeah. So I was half right. Like I got half my prediction. I got both NFC games completely wrong, which we'll get into. But I did get both of the NFC games right. But man, what a weekend of playoff football nonetheless. This weekend had some absolute bangers. Like that Rams-Bears game was absolute cinema. Man, shout out Caleb Williams. If y'all saw my reaction to that after the game, like, yeah, he might be him. But yeah, it was a great season by them. I can't say the same thing for the 49ers. They got spanked. They got belted. It was not fun to watch. It was honestly kind of sad. Like it's like, come on, man. Like at some point, just let them relax. I was saying during the game that like the NFL really should just have a mercy rule. Like, man, if you're up like 30 points with like 5 minutes left, like, man, just end it. Like, no one needs to see this. Why? We got all the backups in. We had no starters in the game playing with like 5 minutes in the fourth quarter. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. Like, what are we doing? The Texans played. Yeah, the Texans were terrible. Their offense, I said this after the game too, their offense is absolute dog water. It's trash. CJ Stroud, trash. The defense, only reason they were here in the first place. And you know what? A defense can only do so much when your offense literally cannot do anything. But yeah, Patriots back in the AFC title game. They're facing the Denver Broncos. What a game that was. First game of the week. And we got a lot to talk about there. Yeah, the Buffalo Bills were low-key robbed. They were robbed. They were robbed of the game. They were robbed of it. We had some pretty big missed calls. Like, the refs missed a very obvious PI call in the fourth quarter against Denver that would have put Buffalo at the 1 yard line because it was in the end zone, but, you know. And then they call an interception on that Cooks catch in overtime. And then the very next day, Davante Adams had a very similar catch. And they ruled it a completion. I don't understand what people online are complaining about when they say that, oh, this was obviously an interception because you didn't have possession of the ball. Man, I saw Cooks catch the ball, control it with both hands, get down on the field with a defender touching him. He's down. It's a catch. Tell me about that Davante Adams catch was different from that one. I saw that and I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. It's Bears football, and they ruled it a catch. And the commentators even said, they were like, wow, a lot of Buffalo fans are going to be mad about that. I ain't even a Buffalo fan. It's just crazy to see such inconsistency in terms of calls. And then, like, the Buffalo defense didn't do themselves any favors when they committed 2 PIs right after. But, like, man, honestly, the Bills didn't do themselves a lot either. Like, they did not play a very great game. Actually, no, that's a lie. The Bills team played pretty all right. Josh Allen did not play a good game. Brother had 5 turnovers in this game. 5. And man, that sequence to end the first half was brutal to watch. Why, with a minute left, do you not only let the Broncos get into the end zone, but then you fumble the ball and give them 3 extra points for no reason? Like, man, this gotta suck. But in all fairness, though, man, some of the narratives surrounding the Bills this season were really not that fair. Because I've been saying this all year, this Buffalo team was never really that good. They weren't. They really were not. And you know what? It's a little unfair to them to say that this should have been the year they made it because so many other people aren't. And you know what? I'm guilty of saying that too. I've said it on this show. But, man, this roster was just not good. Of their last 5 playoff runs, this is probably their worst team that they've ever had. Like they have, like, we're talking about, like, okay, they have a pretty good running back. They have a top 5 running back in the NFL. They have a top 3 quarterback, in my opinion. They have nothing else of significance. The defense is mid. The receiving core is god-awful. Like, when Khalil Shakir is your best receiver, I don't know how you are expecting to win or how you're expecting to go far in the playoffs with that. Tough stuff for Buffalo. You know, another year lost. Josh Allen was heartbroken. He blamed himself, which, I mean, it's upsetting to see a grown man cry like that, but, like, it was really his fault. He did not play a good game at all. Like, you clean up a couple of those mistakes, and, like, you might get out of there. It was still a one-score game at the end of the day. But, man, I feel for you Broncos fans, man. You know, through all the shit talk that I've done about this Denver team all season, you're in the championship game with a backup quarterback, though. Bo Nix broke his ankle at some point in overtime, allegedly. But yeah, now we're gonna have to see this guy. I don't know what his name is. I'll put his image up. But gonna have to see him go up against Drake May and the red hot Patriots team. And brother, man, I think the Patriots got it. And honestly, this is a good segue. Championship Sunday predictions. All right, now, we might have not gotten everything right for the divisional round, but there are only 2 games, which means that there is I think 50% chance I get these right. 2 games. One of them is exactly the matchup I had going into the playoffs on my bracket. The other one, I didn't think either of these teams would get this far, I'm not going to lie. But starting the AFC. It's going to be Broncos, Patriots, and I've kind of already said it. Yeah, give this one to the Patriots, man. They're going to the Super Bowl. Now listen. It is like a well-known thing around NFL discourse online that the Patriots don't really do too well against mid to backup quarterbacks. I mean, they lost. The only Super Bowls that Tom Brady lost while in New England were 2 to Eli Manning and the Giants, and 1 to Nick Foles, who was the backup QB for Philadelphia in that year, who also won the MVP in the Super Bowl. Oh, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe the Patriots franchise is just cursed to lose to backup quarterbacks. Or maybe what ends up happening is just that this Patriots team is, you know, feeling themselves and, you know, go into Denver and, you know, beat up on an offense that does not, you know, has not been that great, nonetheless, like, you know, for most of the season. But yeah, I think this is an easy one for Drake May and those boys. They're probably gonna win it. And you know what? Let's not act like this was a cakewalk. These guys just played the games on their schedule, man. Nothing more you could really do. But yeah, moving on to the more interesting matchup. And the NFC Championship is going to be a divisional matchup between the Rams and the Seahawks. This is about to be some fun.
Fun begins.
So we did see this matchup in weeks 16 and a few weeks before that. They played twice. They split the games during the regular season. And you know what? It's really up in the air. This is a coin flip, if I'm being for real. Like, you might want to say the Seahawks because their defense is looking really, really good. They've honestly have gotten better in the past couple weeks. But, like, the thing is I've been saying the Rams have been, like, that team all year. Now, listen, they did have some close games. Like, they played a close game, an overtime game against the Bears. They played a close matchup in the wild card against the Panthers. And you might, you know, discount them, but they went on the road twice and won both of those games. And, again, they have the most complete team. Like, their defense could be better. It could be, you know. They 100% have the best offense in the league. They have some of the best coaching. They have the most experienced quarterback left in these playoffs. Like, I think that I really want to put my trust more in LA to pull off a victory here. Especially because, like, those boys are battle tested. Like, when you've played that many close games and you've won that many close games, like, it's not just coincidence. It's not just sheer luck. Like, you have some skill in there too. Like, and these guys, you know, they're riding that wave. I think they might carry it through this NFC title game. But, you know, no matter who wins, this is gonna be a banger. And this really is this is the Super Bowl right here. The NFC Championship, it really is a Super Bowl. Whoever wins that matchup is probably going to end up beating whoever comes out of the AFC. So honestly, the real Super Bowl is going to be happening, you know, this Sunday in Seattle. Because listen, I have the Pats beating the Broncos, but I don't see the Pats really beating either one of these teams in the Super Bowl. Realistically, it will be a fun game for sure. But like, I think that either one of these teams is beating them, and I think that team is going to be the LA Rams, which was my champion going into the playoffs. So, yep, give me the Rams to beat the Seahawks at home. You know, it's a good season for Seattle, man. It's a very good season. If they lose, they have nothing to be ashamed about. And if they win, then congratulations. You know, you just won your first championship since like what 2013? Yeah, about then. But yeah, thanks you guys for watching. Follow the pod on the Instagram. Almost at 100 followers, man. You know, let's get it to 100 followers so I can start doing some more stuff on there. Probably start, if you guys saw this past weekend, posting some reels on there, some reactions. Might start doing more of that stuff, you know. If you guys enjoy that thing, you know, let me know. You know, drop a like, drop a comment. You know, give some feedback definitely helps. Because, you know what, I like doing this. It's fun. But yeah, that's going to be all for me today, guys. New episodes should be coming out on Wednesdays. This is probably going to be a really late release because I'm busy. But yeah, catch y'all all next time. Peace.